Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all well. It's Monday the 23rd of September. Got it from work, finished off me Singer keg. There's about 3/4 of a pint in that, and I thought, right, time to do a review because I got my old Goose Island in that PD now, so wanted to get that swapped over. Anyway, right, back to another beer review, like I say. And funny enough, the beer that was actually released the day I'm recording this video is from the same stable or as this one. So we're off to Turkey. Literally what went up today was the Frederick Turk Tuborg IPA, and we're taking a look at another one from Turk Tuborg and part of the Frederick range. God knows what that is. So we've got a Turkish beer, but it's actually, you could say, German style. And the one we are looking at is their Marzen lager, which I'm quite interested in. Now this bottle is beautiful. I love the label. I really like the label and that, and it's sort of like got matching crown on top. I don't know if you can see, probably awful light, I expect. But yeah, lovely shaped bottle. As you can see, it sort of tapers out from sort of there. And it's also sort of square as well, just with round edges. It's a 355ml bottle. This is coming in at 5.7%. So it's a biggie. And I thought I'd do this sort of now because, what, 2-3 days ago, Oktoberfest was officially sort of launched, if you like. So I thought, yeah, let's get this one out. And the fact that I'm trying to even out my videos so you don't get beers from all the same breweries. But yeah, good timing as it happens. My wife picked this up on her travels in Turkey. Picked it up in the supermarket, roughly about €2. Is it going to be any good? Who knows? Right, we put it in a small tankard. Big, tall, long tankard thing, 0.300ml. So there's going to be a little bit left in the bottle when we get this open. It's quite chilled, probably too cold, but we're going to roll with it. So let's get her open and see what we get. They've been interested in trying these because Turkish beers aren't, apart from the sort of FS beers, you don't really get anything, do you? You certainly don't get anything like this over here. So it's been good to try them. And it's certainly looking the part at the moment. It really is. It's looking the part. There we go. Slightly hazy, caramel looking beer. A big two and a half finger head there that's really compact. Slight haze to it. And a nice steady flow of carbonation coming up the sides of the glass. So yeah, I'm going to say that looks pretty decent at the moment to me. And obviously at 5.7%, it's along them Marzen ABV. So let's give it a swirl, see what we get. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, it's smelling like a Marzen. It's got a big sort of caramel sort of sweetness, toffee sweetness to it. But there's that little inkling in the background. Oh, I mean, obviously you'd expect, if it was a German one, that sort of aroma you get from Marzens, you get in them quite full on. It's there in this, but more along lines along in the background, I'm going to say. But big caramel toffee note. Slightly sweet, but not sickly. Smells interesting. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be interesting. And there's still a bit left in the bottle, as you can see. Right, Frederick Marzen Lager from Turk Tuborg, out of Turkey, 5.7% ABV. Let's give her a go and see what we get. Cheers. It's different. It's different. I suppose really I shouldn't have expected anything else really. You're never going to get something, you see the words Mars and you think German, it's going to be just like a German one. it's not going to be exactly the same as a German one. But there are, this has that marzen feel, but absolutely nothing like a German one in that sense, if you know what I mean. It's a little bit odd, it's a little bit confusing, but it is interesting. It is interesting. Let's go in again. .5, body's nice. You know, it's a marzen lager. You don't expect it to be weighing you down. It hasn't got that sort of bready feel, if you like, for me, in the mouth. But it's a good, it's a good drinkable 5.7%. Very, very smooth. It's got a really nice smoothness about it. Lovely mouthfeel. I'm starting to think now straight away you couldn't drink many of these though. And I'll come to that in a bit because it's down on the taste. Yeah, really smooth. Lovely body. Drinkable body. Lovely mouthfeel to it. Sort of easy going. It does slide down the hole very easy. Carbonation's there, but you don't really get that till the background, till you know, it's not hitting you straight away. Small bubbles, very smooth. Not something you pick up on instantly. On the taste, now this is where I don't think you could drink too many of them, because for me, it's very sweet. Big toffee caramel notes of sweetness. I don't think anything's, it doesn't feel like they've just whacked a load of sugar in, anything like that. But it leaves you with a big sort of toffee caramel note sweetness. It's very malty as well, like most Turkish beers. I think they all sort of end up saying using 100% malt and what have you. And I think most of them do, because you can really taste it, if I'm honest. As you go in, I'll tell you what, it ain't bad. It ain't bad, it really ain't. As you go in, you get that marzen feel that you get from a German beer. All right, it's not maybe up there with German beers or German marzens, but you get that feel. You get that hoppy bite as well. And I think that's more what it is. Hasn't got that stickiness, but it has that sweetness that you might get from some marzens. Drinks really well. It does go down very easy. But for me, I find it a little bit too sweet. Now, I like a bit of a sweet beer. But I find, maybe it's just me today, but I do find this a little bit too sweet. But it has got a lovely note to it. It really has, actually. I can't really knock it. I really can't knock it, if I'm honest. Yeah, it's not up there with the German stuff. It's not as clean or as crisp. You get that lager feel about it. You get the marzen feel about it. It's doing exactly what you sort of expect from a marzen. But for me, again, like I'm going to repeat myself, it is a little bit too sweet, but not sickly sweet. Or is it? Is it just me? It's not like, for me, it doesn't feel like, you know, they've just whacked loads of sugar or something in just for the hell of it. It feels like a natural sweetness, but a little bit too sweet. I'm actually quite surprised. I think that is actually pretty bloody decent. I think that is possibly, I'm trying to think back to all the other ones, but this is possibly the best one that my wife brought me back from Turkey. That is a very interesting beer. And I've got to admit, would I drink that again? I think I would drink it again. I couldn't sit there and drink 3, 4, 5 of them. I think 2 would be max for me, but I think that's a pretty decent drop, and I think they've done a decent job of it, to be honest. So yeah, Turk Tuborg and their Frederick Marzen lager. I'm going to say well done. That ain't bad. That really ain't bad. Whether it's just because I'm so surprised because I expected it to be absolutely shocking, I don't know, but it's far from perfect. But it's not a bad bloody job, to be honest. And like I say, it represents a style, and that's what you want the beers to do. To a certain extent, you know, they can't just be shit and represent the style. This isn't that bad, and it really does represent the style, I think, really well. So yeah, if you've had it before, well, there's my thoughts on this beer straight away. 5.7%, incidentally. Do you get it? You know, it's a bit heavier, yeah, but. There's my thoughts on this beer. I think it's pretty decent. Is it worth the money? You pay €2 for it. Fucking hell. Yeah, you can't argue with that, can you? About £2 for a 5.7% beer, 355ml. I'd have some of that again. If you've had this beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. If you happen to be going to Turkey and you happen to see that, I really recommend giving that a go. So there you go. There's my thoughts on this one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon on another one. Cheers.